Yeah, Uncle Vince, thank you very much. You see, when I went through the MOU, um, I see a lot of great minds and when people they were pro-independentism. Intellectually, where I think say at least they feel secure something for independentism. Like I talk, my only worry is now say let the independentism not give people credit where they not work for. Me, some people they not can steal the show where they not sacrifice anything. They just strategically position themselves and then carry the glory. Anytime you think, you examine the thing and think say if you go in with your full chest, and please, like somebody where you don't stand for this struggle with all the, in short, with all your strength. Make sure say at least may wanna secure something for this compatriot the way they don't fall for ground zero. At least wanna secure something for the mommy and papa the way they don't draft their brothers and sisters, their husband them for fight this war where they don't die. At least for the sake, say they are picking the way they die live, at least if you show them say at least your parents they not die for nothing, we don't be able for secure this as justice to what they were fighting for. Because it could be a disservice and a disrespect for this fallen hero, them people the way they genuinely join this struggle for effectuate change, for finally end up not get anything because of our miscalculation. Because so far so good, every war get main goal, main objective, why that war they go on, and which way the people they fight the war they intend to achieve. So now only for Ambazonian struggle where people they take a hardline position where they don't think say another option there, because normally independentism they give forget plan A, plan B, and plan C. If possible, the fourth plan fit six. I be don't ask them the last time for say wait to be independent is their fallback position. Because federalism, they strategically position themselves for independence is their fallback position where they know they work towards it. If federalism is not a taboo today now because they are independentism, and they work hard for give a voice to federalism, but federalism need to contribute nothing for even make sure say me get that voice. They did only strategically position themselves. If it don't come to the world, say okay, one go green federalism, 10-state federation, or a decentralization. I think say forget justice. Now say those are where they stand for that independence, where they don't cause the havoc, where they don't make consultative policy, they don't change things, they don't change for even make let's say they want compensate for the fight where they don't fight. Let them be the ones to agree. No be people the way they just shoot on, they know they do, they know nothing, they only position themselves. That one it will be an injustice because these people are not adding any value. Yeah. Let the people the way they don't fight, me them make that difficult choice, say, okay, guys, this is let's just take this thing to cool our heart. Than say somebody from nowhere could come decide, toxin as so they take the glory, benefit for team where people they don't work for, where you no contribute anything. So if federalism want really get serious, they think say this war effort na war effort way na a collective war effort, then me then start from the struggle. Me all we know so they on the same page, they will get a fallback position. Nobody say they strategically go position themselves for fallback position and then people then suffer and then they can't decide where they no contribute. It doesn't make sense to me. That's my only worry for that thing.
Hello, advocate. Thank you for that great advice. I don't listen to your message. It be full of wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom in what you're saying. Basically, what will happen, I say, I get for talk with one of the leaders. Right now, I know I'm putting him out there, but if a request for speak with me yesterday, and I say, my work week was starting yesterday into today and all that. So I tell you, say, I'll be only able to talk after Wednesday this week, this coming week. So in the meantime, I go suggest, and I will strongly suggest me when I continue for post when I question the way it be relevant, now question in that way I will need for discuss with these people there. And we will not just dismiss any initiative will come up. We will go there, will engage with our own point, and then maybe we will find a middle ground or something like that. As for the multiple redundancies, we don't talk about plan A, B, C, and D, and so forth. Those are very good questions. We, those of us who are on the independentist side, should ask ourselves and should agree on the various redundancies and then start funding those redundancies. When I say funding, it's not just finance. You fund in finance, in education, and so on and so forth. You know, so not very good suggestion that way you don't make. And then another thing where I want clear everybody in mind. I say this thing where it just happened. I'm not in there yet. Like I told one of the leaders yesterday, I don't go into things head first. I take one step at a time. You know how when back in those days where we would boil water, you want test them for water for bath. Before you want to make sure so the water the overhot, you put one finger and test them. If it hot too much, you add small cold water there. That is the principle on which I operate. I don't just go into things head first. I test the waters first. And if the water is warm or lukewarm, then I can jump into it. There's a saying in Sun Tzu's Art of War that we must know our enemy as well as we must know ourselves. Right now, we already know the enemy, La République, the regime in Yaoundé, or the regimes going back from Aijo to Povia and any other that may come up. We already know them. We know that they only have one strategy, and that strategy is to keep us in bondage. And the reason they want to keep us in bondage is because they don't want us to think outside of the box. Because if we do, we are going to expose their nefarious activities. That is why they choose to either bribe some of us, arrest some of us, or kill some of us who always raises an eyebrow. And unfortunately, some of our leaders, when they were catapulted to those positions, they fail to recognize what the enemy can do. But all is not lost. I think that we all should support the initiative of us trying to talk with our brothers and sisters who are of the Federalist camp, and then come back and talk amongst ourselves what we want to see. Even if it's a federation, it's not going to be a federation like any other federation. You talked about a 10-state federation. That would not work. That idea of a 10-state federation is just to dilute us. Any federation that we may entertain, I'm using this word explicitly, any federation that we may entertain with La République du Cameroon has to be the one that we came into the union with them. It's two-state federation equal in status. And we are going to enhance it to the point where the enemy, La République, can never subjugate us again. That is where the multiple redundancies come in. That is where the plan B, C, D, and E comes in. You know that in order to be successful in anything we do as a people, number one, we must have the population on our side. Number two, we must have finance. And number three, we must have the right people in the right mindset to coordinate these activities. So far, when we started off on the wrong foundation, like I always say. The foundation on which uh, this struggle was built on after the consortium was based on a faulty foundation. That is the reason. We got too excited because we had a president without any effective control of the territory, without any military to protect the territory, and without any finance. And we were only relying on emotions and hope. I think that over the last couple of years, some of us have learned a lesson or two. We still have some hard head amongst us who are still bent on trying to propagate their falsehood, but let not let those people uh, disappoint us. We should continue. So my suggestion is that I will love for all of you to put in your suggestion. Most preferably, just put it in writing because sometimes it's so difficult to listen to the audio messages. Just put it in writing, a few bullet points, like you mentioned about what is the plan B. These are the questions that when I get the chance to talk with some of these people, especially the people on the independentist camp, I should be able to, bring up these questions, and I should be able to be part and parcel, not just ask questions and then wait for a response. I should be able to be a part of that team so that I can effectively make sure that your worries are well addressed. And if there are any hiccups, trust me, you guys should know me by now. I'll bring it up, I'll bring it back to the group and tell them, hey, look, these are the obstacles that I'm facing, and these are the people who are creating the obstacles. For me, I fear no one and I favor no one. All I favor is people who do the right things. If you are out there with a preconceived notion that you're going to position yourself and pretend that you are working, you want to work as a team, and then you start pretending, the results will show. So the concerns about this Federalist is a valid concern. And those are the things that once I get in touch with the independentists, we should be able to table all these issues and try to come up with a solution to mitigate whatever the Federalists are trying to do. But the most important thing now is we are reaching out to talk to them, to understand their own position, and then see how we can join forces to get this genocidal regime out of the way. That is our main focus. The killings, the deaths, all the chaos is just way too much. We need to grow up and then try to find a way to uh, handle the situation maturely. Another thing that I want to mention is that community mobilization. Let me make it clear that this in no way is going to affect the community mobilization effort. I know I also just listened to Nelson's concerns, um, and I'm also taking that into account. I'm also going to factor that in. He should continue doing what he is doing by galvanizing the grassroots down there. He doesn't have to come out every time and tell us, just do your thing. Get everybody on the same page. You see what has happened in Pinyin? The people rose up. They've had enough of this gang of terrorists, and they finally took the matter into their own hands, and they dealt with these boys. Maybe the rest of the other communities can learn a lesson from uh, what just happened in Pinyin. That is where the community mobilization comes in. I don't think our people still want to be in the same place that La Republic has put us again. I don't think so. It's just that La Republic is there holding a gun, on their head, so they cannot really freely express themselves. So if we can go into conversations with the Federalists and join hands to make sure that we dampen the effects of the BR regime on our people, then it will give our people, a way for them to breathe. I talk about breathe easily. Right now, the people on ground zero are choking. They are choking in the hands of La République du Cameroon, and they are also, unfortunately, choking into the hands of some of us. That's why they are reacting the way they are reacting. That is why Pinyin decided to rise up and went out on a hunting trip and did what they did. I wholly support that. Not that I want, to wish death on anybody, but if you bring death onto other people, then you deserve nothing but death. So thank you again very much. Instead of some of the other people trying to criticize the initiative that I've brought to the House, come up with some good suggestions. There is no way we cannot engage with our brothers and sisters of the other side of the ideological divide. The Federalists are Federalists now, but there is no guarantee that they will be Federalists tomorrow. The only way they can remain Federalists is if we don't have the plan B, as you're saying. I don't want to be enumerating what plan B, C, D, and E is, but you all know in anything in life, you must always have a backup plan. And these are some of the questions that we need to list so that when I'm talking to these guys or girls or gals, I will bring up and I'll be able to make sure. And actually, just don't rely on me. I will need some of you guys to come on board with me. Don't just let me go there alone. I need some of you. Advocate, fun, and some of you who think rationally. You come on board with me. But if you choose to remain in the background to give advice, that's still okay. Thank you. This is Uncle Vince.
Hi, Uncle Vince. Good morning, bro. I'm using the Amber time, 10:30 here. I would like to first of all thank you that I thank God that you are an independentist. Because if you were not an independentist, I would have not come to reply to you, because I've been hearing audios and messages from Federalists advocating for federation. But since I know that you are an independentist, I will try to respond to you. Bro, we the independentists, we do not need Federalists to tell us or give us a second option that we should fall back on. We automatically know that we the independentists, if we don't have independence, we'll fall back to federation. But people who are positioned themselves as Federalists, those type of people, I will call them people like the Munzu, the Abobalas, They are standing there. You know what they are aiming for? They are aiming for a special status. If they are aiming for a special status, then they would have just joined Capo Daniel. But the point is that they are standing there hoping that if things don't go, their plan B is special status, of which Capo Daniel is standing for special status. Capo's fallback plan should be what? For special status, it will be just one unitary state. So if you can make this demarcation, you can differentiate like this, it will be very clear to Ambazonian people to know exactly what we stand for. You don't need to tell an independentist, somebody fighting for total freedom, that if things don't go, what would you fall back on? Automatically, the person will move down to one rung of the ladder. It will just step down small. It will talk, say, are they me now for, okay, as Federation Day, we better pick them. We could pick and say, now the last option. We should not go to consult Federalists to bring ideas to the independentists. Say, now so Federalists, they think. If you go to bring ideas from them, I will tell you, say, you go bring ideas of a special status, because what is their fallback plan? Their fallback plan is special status. Because if we cannot have the total independent we need, it means we have to fall back to special to federation. Them who are federalists, what do you think they want to fall back to? Their own plan is to fall back to special status. So, bro, this is something that is automatic, that if we don't get independent, we can still go back to convince our people and say, you guys know what? Let's just go in. Let's just take this federation they are talking of. But let me tell you, I will never stand and start advocating for a federation. We are not there, and we are not dumb people. We are not foolish that we will start planning now that, oh, we'll take federation when things do not go well. My brothers and sisters, let's go in for this full swing. As independentists, we need it, and we have to have it. We have not yet, first of all, battered it out to see whether we are having it or not. We should not already be looking for falling back to federation, and then we start advocating that we are. This is our plan B. We are going for, and then we start advocating it. It will come automatically. So I will not stand to even discuss or make discussions on issues that, what do we think about the Federalists? Federalists should consult us, because we have sweated blood and water. What have the Federalists done? The Federalists, if they so much love that federation, as Advocate rightly said, the Federalists, they would have been with the independentists, hoping that if it doesn't work, we'll fall back on federation. Did they do that? No. What have they put in to fight so that we can have the federation? Instead, they have helped to kill our people, helped to enable La République to do a lot of atrocity to our people, hoping that we'll get a federation. No, when the time reached, La République will tell them that, you know what, I'm giving you a special status. They will have to fall back on that special status. But we are not in for that. If they need a discussion, they should be meeting us, independentists, that, what do you guys think? How can we navigate together? Not us going down to consult Federalists. Brother, that is not the way forward. But the point is that everybody can do what he wants. But the thing is that I am using the language of the Ambazonian people. The Ambazonian people, who, both old and young, they want freedom, total freedom from La République. They will only be shocked if we come back, if things do not go well. We come back to tell them that, please, we have done our best. Let's just move down one step behind, and let's take a federation, a two-step federation. So our people, they will be accepting why sign that where, then it will be better. But not to stand and then we are looking around for a federation. trying to derail our people, trying to weaken our people from forging forward. We stand tall, bro. We are for total separation, total freedom, not federalists. So if you guys want to get involved talking to federalists, leaving your position and going down to go and talk to the federalists to find out what they want, you should already know before you even climb to the level of independent. You already knew what a federation was. So what do you want to go and learn from the federalists that you don't know, that you have not been there? They should be fighting to get up to us, so that if we don't succeed in our level, on our level, we'll fall back to their level, to the level that they thought was good for them. So, bro, this is just what I can tell you. This is Tiger number 1. Thank you.